All right, Shalom. Before I continue with this lesson, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakak Wadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Excuse me. I'm the brother lawyer, and I teach at the Great Millstone National Camp. Come back with a quick lesson, and this is an image, right? While I was on the internet, I went ahead and took a picture of this image, and I believe it's from Facebook. Yeah, from Facebook, and it says this has to stop. Let's read this real quick. It says it's really sad that it's going to take the upcoming global crisis, the complete meltdown of our economy and social order, for Americans to realize how bad this situation really is. And it's talking about, well, I don't know when this was posted, but I presume that it's talking about now, because it is a bad situation that America is in, but you put yourself in this situation for what you've done to the actual Israelites, all right, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics, you know? And so this is your payback. This is your payback, Esau, Edom, you know, for your country to fall and never rise again. Anyway, I don't want to jump ahead of myself, and this ain't going to be a long lesson. I'm going to read it, you know, hit scriptures and be done with the lesson. And I'm going to begin with Isaiah 60. But first, I'm going to finish reading this. It says, I cannot make this any clearer. And then it says, Americans are drastically underestimating the severity of what's happening, I guess it's to the country right now, or to their country right now. And then right here it says, Trump is a direct threat to our security. No, I mean, yeah, but you have to understand the Lord controls who's in power. And matter of fact, let me get that. I ain't gonna start with Isaiah 60. I believe it's Daniel. Give me 1 second. All right, so right here, am I still recording? Hold on. Yeah, I am. All right, Daniel 2:21. Give me 1 second. It says, oh shit, I ain't even on it. Yeah, Daniel 2:21. It says, and he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and set up kings. Right? Then y'all have that protest, that no kings protest, right? Talking about dealing with Trump. You know, you don't want he acting like a king. You know, a dictator and a king is really the two different things. Because a king, you know, basically has he gives his people righteous freedom, which is getting ready to happen when Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus, returns. You know, his people are going to be happy, which, you know, which is the Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics. And of course, you know, you got the Israelites that are scattered in other nations that look like the other nations, you know, but their seed line goes right back to one of the patriarchs. So anyway, yeah, a righteous rulership is getting ready to happen, and the people will be happy. Real kings ruling righteousness, and the people are happy. Look at Solomon, you know, and I'm not going to name no kings, no bullshit kings of the Ammonites, so-called Japanese, the Chinese, which are the Moabites, the Africans, you know, the pharaohs and shit. Ain't nothing good about none of you motherfuckers, you know, and all of you have to pay for what you've done to the nation of Israel, you know. So anyway, yeah, a righteous king is about to be set up, and I'm gonna get that too. You know, so all this oppression can stop. But the ones of you that were oppressors, you're gonna have to pay, and Lord will I get that too. So Daniel 2:21 continuing, and he changed up the times and the seasons. He removed the kings and set up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. You know, and so the main point I want from that is that the Lord set up kings. He'll remove a king. He'll set up a king. So Trump is set up for the plans of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Salaki, I got the hiccups. Matter of fact, let me get some water. Give me 1 second. All right. So I forgot what I was doing. Damn. So yeah, the Lord set up kings. Damn, I'm really mad. I forgot what I was doing. Let's see. Yeah, I forgot what I was doing. Salaki. So anyway, oh, matter of fact, let me get that the precept. All right, so I'm gonna get this first. A wise judge, Sirach 10 and 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. And that's what's going to happen when the Israelites are reestablished in the earth. As the judge of the people, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is. Such are all they that dwell therein. So when you have a reputable, well, I don't even want to say that. When you have I'm just going to keep saying it. When you have a righteous judge in power, and when he's dictating righteous laws and how he carry himself, the people's going to be the same way. And you see how the Edomites are, or how they, still act. Well, shit. Before he was in office, you see how the Edomites is acting. And then after he got, so-called elected, you see how the Edomites acted. It was full of pride, make America great again. If you don't know who an Edomite is, with me giving the examples that I'm giving, you're just fucking stupid. At this point, you're just fucking lost and fucking stupid, and you want to stay in that state. The Lord says, if a man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. So goddamn it, I'm letting you be ignorant. And you get mad at the cuss words and so-called cuss words and shit that I'm saying. Fuck off my page. Anyway, it says, because we tired, it says, and I ain't gonna say that, but anyway, it says an unwise king destroyeth his people, and that's what's going on. But through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. And right here, verse 4, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. So the one that is profitable to rule is Yahushua. And of course, the 144,000 to 1/3. Because look, when I was speaking about joy, righteous king will bring joy to his people. Guess what? The other nations, they're going to be happy too. Guess what? They're going to have to serve captivity. They got to pay for what they've done unto us. But they're still going to be in a better state than what the Edomites are going to go through. They're going to have to work too. But the ass whooping, the type of labor that they're going to do is going to be real rigorous, And so, yeah, the other nations, they're going to be happy when the people that's supposed to be in power are in power. You won't have to worry about getting bombed. You're going to have clean air, water, enhanced food, not GMOs. When I say enhanced food, because we're going to be gods, it's going to actually benefit your body. It's going to be better than ever. Super Earth. Yeah. And then it says, they're really, no, that's all I want. Let me get this Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear the rule, the people mourn. Ain't the people is in mourning, in a state of mourning. We just read how, the people are, well, hold on. Was that a different, let me go back. Yeah, my bad. So it was another photo or something that I should have took a picture of, but yeah, so the other photo that I meant to take a picture of was going into how it lists all the bad things about America. And it was like, of course, highest what they call obesity rate, highest in education, living, poor. What did it say? It says something about for the children, poor living. It says most children are living in poverty. This is a place that you want to live in for forever. And we see why the judgment is going to be so strong upon you Hebrew Israelites. You want to stay here in Babylon in the midst of confusion, in the midst of you being, persecuted. Even if you don't believe that you're an Israelite, guess what? The elites, they know that. The higher ups, they know who you are, though your dumb ass don't know. And so they're gonna come for you, just like how they gonna come for us. It don't fucking matter. you're still going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. You're still going to be over these people, though you don't want to. In the kingdom of heaven, you're going to have a whole different mindset. And for the stuff that they're about to do to us, you're going to do some stuff to them in the kingdom of heaven. But first, first Yahweh Shai is going to get his, then the elect, the 1/3, and his own down. So, yeah. Let me go. So I had quoted, what I quote? Isaiah 14:21. The oppressors, are going to be oppressed. And really, this lesson, I can't even remember why. I was going to start with the Isaiah 60. Yeah, I was going to say, I can't even remember how the lesson was going to go, but that's just how it is. Like, I wasn't expecting to go into the lesson like this. It was really going to be like, gross darkness of the people, but I'll just end the lesson with that. Isaiah 14:21. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and yet, or again, choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. So first off, because a lot of niggas would be like, well, the strangers are the heathen that would be joined unto the nation of Israel. No. Let me get something. What was it? Matthew 10:5. I think it's Matthew 10:5. So the strangers, right? And we're talking about the kingdom of heaven being reestablished. So Matthew 10. Oh shit, I almost ripped my Bible. And 5. Oh no, not 5. But rather go to lost sheep at the house of Israel. That's not, no, it's John. That's what I want. It's in John. Give me 1 second. It's in John. Let's see. Because they asked him, will he go to the dispersed? Is it John 8? Let's see. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so it is John 7. I'm in John 7. Actually, I'm right here. Hold on. There it goes. At the bottom of the page. All right. John 7. And let's see. It says the Pharisees send for him. All right. So he was speaking to the Jews, or the southern kingdom at this time, which are in the land, because, he's a Judite, right? He's of the tribe of Yahweh or Judah. It says, so I get the main point, John 7:35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? The dispersed of the Israelites are the ones that are, living among the Gentiles. And it says, and teach the Gentiles, and teach the Israelite Gentiles. All right. So the people in the land were looking at them as heathens. Like, oh, y'all going to the heathen, the Gentiles? So the Lord said that when he, wherever he go, we can't find him. He's going to be with the Israelite Gentiles, like the heathen. That's what they're saying. They're not actually talking about the bloodline Gentiles, not the actual Moabites, Ammonites, Hammonites. I said Hammonites. That's another one. Hamites, but we're going to call them Hammonites today. The Hammonites, what they call the Japhites. That's not what it's saying. It's saying the Israelites that live among them that are like unto Gentiles. Then in the book of Corinthians, it says, you were once Gentiles. Salaki. But yeah, that had received a call. I don't know if y'all can hear the, phone going off or whatever. But anyway, that's what it's saying. When you go to the Gentiles, the Israelite foreigners, plain and simple. Like I said in Corinthians, says you were once Gentiles carried away into these dumb idols. So yeah, that makes you a Gentile or a heathen, where you're going after a false idol. Your mindset, your spirit is going after that. So anyway, now I'm gonna get off here soon because I gotta take this phone call. But So like Isaiah 14, and then it has a comma. You know, I'm saying that for a reason. So anyway, it says verse 2, Isaiah 14:2, and the people shall take them, shall take them and bring them to their place. And in this scripture, I forgot. I forgot what this means. Give me 1 second. I want y'all to see something. My bad. It's called the colon. It says a colon. That's what I thought I was gonna say, semicolon, but that's not it. It says a colon is used to connect two related clauses when the second clause explains, illustrates, or expands on the first. And I said that country say expands. Anyway, so Isaiah 14 and 2. Well, starting at 1, of course, we read about the strangers being joined unto us, and they shall cleave to the house of Israel, meaning they're going to come right back into who they were, right? They're going to come back in the belief and faith of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So verse 2, it says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for service and handmaids, right? So what it say? It says a semicolon is used to connect two related clauses when the second clause explains. So this is going to explain what I just read, and I'm going to reread it. It says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. Here goes the semicolon. The semicolon is after place. So the second sentence is going to detail who's being brought. This doesn't have shit to do with the first verse of the Israelite Gentiles, right? Being brought back into their heritage and cleaving unto their nation. So it says, and shall bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And guess what? This is another semicolon. So it's going to explain even further who this is talking about. It says, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. Now it's a semicolon. Semicolon. It says, fuck. Where's it at? Right here. It said, if it says the two dots are used to connect two clauses inside of a sentence, it's called a colon, which introduces a explanation or list. If you mean dots trailing off it, that's not, bitch, you know what I'm talking about. Where's it at? So in the semicolon, it says if you meant a dot over a comma, that is a semicolon, and that's where that is. After it says whose captives they were, it's a semicolon. Right? So let's see. It says it is used to connect two completely independent but closely related sentences. So the other nations are going to go into slavery, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. That sentence has nothing to do with the beginning sentence. It would have connected. It's a period. It's a period that's ending that phrase. All right, and so let's keep going. It says it is used to connect two completely independent but closely related sentences. You know, and so really that's all I wanted with that. Give me 1 second. All right, and it says, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it's clear as fucking day who our oppressors is. Day by day, who's oppressing the whole world and the other nations, starting with the Hebrew Israelites, which are so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics, and the Israelite foreigners that are scattered in other nations, or that's here amongst us here in America. Huh? Who's doing that? Use your fucking brain and put it together. It's the so-called white man, the white man, right? And the other nations that are putting liquor stores in your neighborhoods, the gas stations with the relos, you know what I'm saying, the vape shops, the nail salons, right? That Chinese food, the Greek food in your neighborhood. Who's doing that? That's mixed with pork, by the way. But that's why you got to pray over it, because you don't know. That's why we got to get up out of here. And that's why these other nations, they're going to pay. Because every day they got you going off against your God that's getting ready to come back and deliver you. If you come right back to him, believe on him, repent, quit committing the sins that you committing. You ain't going to be able to keep the law fully, but the Lord requires effort and belief. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to commit adultery and smoke weed. You can actually ingest the herb the right way, doing edibles. But that's if you choose to do that, that's what you choose to do. If not, then ain't nothing wrong with it. So anyway, yeah. In verse 3, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. So this place is temporary. Now I'm gonna get 2 more scriptures. I'm gonna close it out. I didn't mean to make it this long. It's just you get tired of the bullshit. Jake will come on here, a nigga will come on here, and man, that's talking about the Gentiles, the Israelite foreign. They're gonna go, no, bitch. Read. Did you pass English, nigga? You learned about the semicolons. I ain't been in school almost 16 years. I don't remember all that shit, but I do know that it relates to something. I just don't know the exact definition or how to break it down. So yeah, but at least I got the brain to look this shit up and prove it to you or show you. You niggas ain't got shit, and that's because you don't have the Lord. You don't believe in the Lord. And of course, the Lord got you blind from seeing it, but damn, you ain't got no choice but to still cuss Jake out, But in the kingdom, we all good. You're gonna come right back through the nuts, be reborn after the destruction of Babylon, the great America, and be in your right mind. So anyway, Micah, what I want? 7? No, what did I want out of Micah? Micah, it was 7. Micah 7-10. No, 8. Or is it 10? Salaki. Nope, it is. No, Micah 2. That's what it is. My bad. Yeah, Micah 2:10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. So America is not your rest. Ooh, look. It's another semicolon. And it says, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword of destruction. So this ain't this America, other places we are around the world is not our rest, because the ways of this place will destroy us. And the Lord's going to destroy this place. And really, when you think about it, no kingdom has survived more than 3-4, really like 600 years. I know they say America is about 500 years. We know the 250 years is coming up, but I think that's Esau being in power for that long. Yeah, Esau being in power in the recent years have been, a long time. But yeah, so damn, I forgot what I was saying. Give me 1 second. But no kingdom has lasted that long. You know why? Because ultimately they didn't follow after the ways of the Lord. And that's the truth. Because, Ecclesiastes says that the whole duty of man is to follow the laws of Yahweh Shemel Shai and just live. No nation will fall if, you just kept the laws, statutes, commandments, but that's not so. And that's going to happen in the kingdom of heaven. We're gonna eat and live sleep the law. You know, we're gonna know everything from front to back and more. Anyway, I don't make this too long. It says, so this place in our rest. I'm gonna end it with this Isaiah 60. Now I'm turning right to it. It says Isaiah 60, 2. It says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, but the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. So yeah, gross darkness has covered the earth, and Americans are in gross darkness. They don't know what the hell's going on, what's about to go on. You know? But the elect, that's who the ones, the Lord is shining his light upon. And you see the light on the highways and byways on the YouTube all the time, but you can't go near the light because it'll burn your ass. Ministers of flame and fire. So Lord will, this is an edifying lesson, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakudah, Shalom.